Hello and welcome to Zelda Speedruns. Today we have a Link to the Past No Major Glitches League Season 6 match. This is Chex versus Bydey in the Tower of Hera Round 2. On commentary today, we have Malmo and Meowski, and they will take it from here.
Hey, I'm Malmo, and this is Meowski, and we're taking it from here.
Hello, I'm also taking it from here.
So yeah, this will be a fun race. Both of these guys are really good at the game. Definitely have like pretty distinct different styles. Bydey, I know, loves pulling out meme strats in races. He's kind of a big showman. Chex has there are a few strats that Chex has that are like really interesting, but overall it's like pretty solid, consistent. Like very consistent gameplay. Very opposing viewpoints on like reset methodology. Chex has like a upwards of 80% completion rate for all of his runs, which is just ridiculous. Like you don't see those stats like anywhere else. Nobody else does that. Bydey on the other hand, polar opposite. He calls himself Mr. Reset. No joke. He'll like reset bad escapes, reset bad deserts. When he's like grinding for a time, he gets laser focused and he's like, okay, I gotta hit all these gold times, one after another in these splits. Otherwise, I reset. I don't want to fuck around and find out and get to AGA 1 and be like in the red and hoping for like low blue balls. So definitely like very different play styles, different like ethos as far as the game goes. So it'll be interesting to see them both duke it out.
Yeah, one thing you don't see is behind the scenes, what are they doing to get to this point? Because if Bydey's resetting every Light World, how is he doing Dark World? Well, he grinds that too. He will do Dark World grinds just by itself to make sure that he's up to speed. Whereas Chex is more likely to just do whole runs. He also does a lot of glitch runs. You should follow him. Follow both runners. Chex does some really interesting runs that nobody else does, like Delete Ganon, which is, skills-wise, it doesn't transfer as well into NMG as just doing a bunch of grinding, but it's still, like, do enough of it and you will eventually become a 124 runner.
Definitely. I'd say Chex is more well-rounded as far as, like, the entirety of Zelda's skill goes. When you take into consideration all different kinds of skills that you could have in Zelda, regardless of what, like, rule set or category you have. But I think, Bydey's like a more like focused runner in terms of like NMG and pure just like mechanical execution. He also, you were saying before that Bydey does a lot of like Dark World NMG specifically just for practicing Dark World. He actually has the world record for Dark World NMG. It's like 55 something, I think.
Is that faster than Error's like Dark World in his NMG?
Oh god, no. Yeah,
okay.
No, it's like...
has like the 2 top Dark World times in NMG runs, and they're insane. One thing Bydey does do that I failed to mention is he is a big fan of challenge runs. So not only is he doing NMG grind, but he also does things like low percent, true 3-heart low percent. I think he did that Moldorm hack once where the Moldorms move twice as fast and kill you, and they're everywhere. So things like that. Different kind of challenge than what Chex goes for. But both of them hone your instincts in a way that can give you the ability to pull out a run, and even in a lightly glitched category like this one.
Definitely. He's also a big like Bydey's. He's gonna go right side escape.
Oh, what does this
big
mean?
Meme board right here.
Okay, here we go. This doesn't actually lose time, right? Like this is just kind of convention.
Yeah, this doesn't actually lose time.
Wild.
I think for me specifically, it would lose time because I'm really bad at like pumping to the left. But if you're like equally good at pumping on both sides, it wouldn't lose time. Oh, and he's gonna do it. Okay, another meme right there. I guess that wouldn't be considered like a meme, but he.
What's that? I've never seen that before. Is that on purpose?
It looked like it was on purpose. He could have also just messed up. So if you slash too early before you like turn Link up or to the side, you accidentally slash ball and chain, I think. So it could be that, and then like a really quick recovery, or it could be a meme. There's like I think actually the top time on Strat Hub is like a 3 on ball on that card, but it's like very RNG dependent or like cursed for whatever reason, God knows why. So you could have been going for that.
Could have been, yeah.
Fun fact about Chex, he actually has the most, if you include category extension world records, he actually has the most world records out of any Link to the Past player.
Chex is the king of... Actually, Chex and Bydey are both the king of category extensions. They just do different ones.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a really good way to sum up the runners, is category extension experience.
Yeah, definitely. Chex does a lot of like more glitch stuff, and then Bydey's done... He's done co-op, he's done, I think, probably one mind. He's done more co-op, he's done one-handed. He actually tried to get into GDQ at some point doing treadmill NMG, where he runs on a treadmill and does NMG. He got like a 127 or something as he, just like as he's playing, just like treadmill as he's playing the game, which I thought was pretty cool. But yeah, so that was like a target time for me to beat, was beat Bydey's treadmill time and beat Bydey's like one-handed time. I also want to point out the interesting like ball and chain thing that Bydey did there. I'm pretty sure that wasn't intentional, and he just wanted to not die to ball and chain, because he's at 1 heart, so he went back to get a pot. But he didn't get the heart from it, which means he's probably confident that he's not going to die to any of this, and he wants the beat frames.
I think it was maybe that, but also maybe a little bit that if he tried to get the heart, he might have not beaten the other guard and lost the pot and lost more time. But it could be optimization for beeps.
Oh, that's actually a really good point. I didn't even consider that.
But you can see it did set him back quite a bit. He is now about a room behind Chex in the escape.
I mean, good on him for like thinking to do that and not, because I think most other people in that situation would just like try to kill ball and chain and be like, surely he doesn't kill me, right? Surely I don't die in escape in a race.
Bydey is exactly
you die in escape in a race.
Bydey is exactly the kind of person who would die to ball and chain guard in a race and then reset and continue the race on the new run.
I think he has a different ethos for races, though.
I think he's different in ball and chain, though. Yeah, he's not going to reset now, but I think in ball and chain, a lot of people would actually do that.
Yeah.
And I've seen people do it out of reflex. People who reset a lot, who just like aren't thinking, and they just like hit the reset button because they die, and that's what you do when you die. Mm. I saw someone do that at a GDQ once, not for Link to the Past, but for a different game, and it was very funny because they didn't mean to do it.
I could totally see that happening to me.
Oh, Bydey's actually lost his beep frame, so the beep frame theory does not hold up. Yeah,
no, it looks like you're right on that one. Because he intentionally like went out of his way to get the heart on the way back, which honestly, like, all the power to him. It could also be
I think he can get this. Oh, okay.
He might want to skip Sankheart, but he doesn't want to get to Eastern on 1 heart, so that could be like another possible theory.
Skipping Sankheart in a race is just wild to me.
He could feel like his back is in a corner after escape, but I guess he's probably smart enough to know that escape doesn't matter.
Nobody's gonna remember who got out of the escape first by the end of this.
True. You said that before in a different race that we calmed, and I don't remember.
I will quiz you at the end.
Did you quiz me last time? Because I don't remember that either.
I think I quizzed you after the race is over.
All right, maybe the real issue is that my memory is just bad. I feel like surely I remember the Bydey came out afterwards in Escape, because so much happened there. That was the most eventful escape I've ever seen. Okay, so Dr. Earworm, that's what I said last time, but I don't remember it.
I say that every time, and every time everybody forgets.
Why doesn't the metal community know this? So true. Healthcare costs would be way down if that was the case.
No, because you know how much it costs to be born? It's like thousands of dollars in the US. If you get born in the US, you're already at a disadvantage from the cost. So you don't want to reset here. Unless you know that you can have a better run next time.
Oh, true.
Speaking of resetting, let's talk about pumping, where you reset Link's velocity every frame. That you happen to land on a good. Eastern and the Escape are the dungeons where you have to walk a lot, and when you walk, you can optimize the walk a little bit by mashing diagonals while going up and west, up and left, and you have about 50% chance of getting an extra frame for each pump.
Yep. Yeah, it has to do with Link's movement patterns. If he goes up or left, he goes. He alternates 2 and 1 pixels, 2 pixels and 1 pixel per frame, just like any direction. But he starts with 2 pixels when he goes up or he goes left. So if you reset that movement, then he's going 2 pixels basically as much as possible. So yes, that's a little movement optimization that you will see mostly in Escape and Eastern because it's all walking. I like to call this part of the run the Streets 112 of Link to the Past, because you just kind of walk around and do like fairly basic stuff, but if you hit doors cleanly and if your movement's clean and stuff, you pop off. If you get a sweet Eastern gold after some like good pumps and stuff, pop off like Ryan Lockwood.
By the way, both runners are doing really well in money. It's not common to see double digits at this point.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
And there is a rupee route that requires 4 rupees, or is it 6? I think it's 4. You need to have 4 going into Aga Tower, plus the ones you get from the tree pull.
Yep. Yeah. So with the so at some level you start ditching the rupees that you can get behind Sahasrara, which is the old man who gives you boots. So at some point you ditch those rupees and you go for a more dynamic rupee routing, where you try to like pick up rupee drops and just kind of finagle that around such that you end up with the magic number we want to see is 110 before we have to pay the troll toll to Kiki the monkey. And then beyond that, it's like a pretty fixed rupee routing. So rupee routing is dynamic, arrow routing is dynamic, bomb routing is a little bit dynamic depending on if you mess up or whatever else. So yeah, those are some things to keep an eye out for.
Well, one thing that's not dynamic is this very scripted Eastern Palace boss fight.
You've been killing it with the segues.
It's like both runners going for fairly standard strats for 124 level. Bydey going for that pinkest arrow. Makes the fight supposedly a little bit more consistent to not lose time on. Though it doesn't. I don't know if it actually speeds up the fight, but there is certain like leniency you get out of succeeding at that you don't lose time on like firing the last arrow a little slow.
Yep. Yeah. So the reason it makes Armos like a little bit faster is you can stand lower when you start shooting down for that part of the Armos fight. Whereas with the other strat, just kind of bog standard strat, you want to stand a little bit higher to be safer. And if you're shooting arrows from like closer up, you can't really continue. You can't shoot another arrow until after one arrow is like stuck into an enemy or a wall. So you can only shoot arrows so fast if you're like farther away. So Pincus Armos allows you to stand closer to like the Armos and shoot a little bit faster. Really only saves like a fraction of a second. Like the standard strat's pretty good. And anything beyond that is like, it's harder to execute and it doesn't save a whole lot of time. But once you're at this level, you start looking at strats like that as pretty like attractive and good for saving just enough time to get past the next hurdle. It looks like Bydey's doing the new. So this. Oh, is that what you?
That was that a purposeful bomb farm, or did something go wrong?
Yeah, no. I guess that must be what he was doing. I'm not really sure why he slashed a bush up. Huh. He's pulling out all the memes here. So what I was about to say is that's like a new dash route that makes it so that the spin speed on the way to the library is a little bit more worth it. But then he stopped and he got a bomb. Honestly, I'm not really sure what Bydey's doing. This is the Bydey circus and we're all just part of it.
I want to see somebody spend a little bit of time just getting coffee break in Hera basement. Like, it's a race. Treat yourself.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a couple menus. It's not that big a deal.
There are two 50-50 bombs there where we slashed and where we grabbed. Oh,
so does he actually calculate that it's worth doing that? Is it because he resets a lot, so if he doesn't get the 50-50, he can just reset?
Ooh. I feel like he wouldn't reset on not getting the 50-50. It's more based on, so he has target splits, and if he doesn't hit those target splits, he'll usually reset. It's more based on like stuff like that. And I think stopping a little bit there isn't a huge deal. It's like it costs probably less than a bonk, which is just kind of a thing that happens and something that you don't typically reset on. But I'm trying to think. Like I've never seen that before, so I'm trying to think if that's worth it. If that's going to be the new meta. Are we watching the meta evolve in front of our own eyes, Malmo?
I don't think so, because I think runners have a pretty poor tolerance of going for RNG resources like that. I think it's just a Bydey thing. His willingness to reset when he's behind means that he's also more likely to go for those more gambly resource collections, because then when he does get past Light World, he can have a faster Dark World. Presumably.
He's also, despite being a big resetter, he's also like very big on having consistent strats. He's very inspired by Joe D'Amelia, who is another runner, like very very influential runner. You know, big on like he invented like Joe Mimics, Joe Mummies, which are like very notable for being kind of safer, consistent strats that lose like maybe a few frames or something, but are much like easier and more consistent to execute. So I don't know. It's like going for a 50-50 like that, I feel like doesn't really line up with how Bydey plays. So I feel like either it's a new thing and there's some like Omega Brain thought process behind it, or he's doing race memes and he's just messing with me.
Joe is single-handedly keeping the 135 level runners alive, by the way.
You're actually kind of right. An interesting thing about the evolution of the way people play this game, even at a high level, is that it's kind of gotten... So there was an era where people did the most like batshit crazy strats, and the thought process was like, if you do all these strats and you hit all of them, then you'll have a really good run and you'll PB by a huge margin. This is like, you know, theoretically what you could do. But people started to realize, I think when Ari and like Bydey started to get really good at the game, people started to realize, hey, you can play a little bit more consistent and safe, and you know, overall, just kind of with, you know, law of large numbers, you're going to end up saving time in the long run.
Ari always says that he thinks that if Aghanim always threw 3 blue balls, that we would have seen the 122 like 3 years ago.
Ooh, interesting.
Because people would be completing more runs and spending more time actually in the Dark World, and also just putting more times on the board. Alright, let's look at this Lammo fight. Wow, just neck and neck finishing.
Oh, was Zelda big on that as well? I guess I can see that. Zelda was like way before my time, so I don't really. I'm not. I don't have a huge understanding of what his playstyle is about. Interesting that Bydey chose to throw top rock there. I think it's actually optimal to throw the bottom rock and then not nudge the rock, like the top rock, so that you get the hop that like sends you kind of further from the ledge, like what Chex did. That's the Requiem thing.
Oh no!
What is? Where's Bydey going?
Ice Rod. Why though? Bydey is pulling out. This is what the bomb is for. He's pulling out all the memes. He's getting Ice Rod. Do we really have to say stop long Hera now? Is that what this has come to? So I'm guessing what's going to happen is he's going to water walk out of here and use it to get to... hopefully just moving along with his life and go to Hera. But I wouldn't surprise me if he went somewhere else with this water walk and just did things out of order. This is wild. Is it really better to dash along that slope than it is to dash into the transition? There's arguments both ways. You dash into the transition, you've maximized that dash, but dashing into a slope also gives you a little bit more bang for your buck, because you're also moving down and left. I'm gonna guess that Bydey has timed this, and I should actually be dashing into the slope.
Yeah, I trust him to time all the screens on this one.
I can't believe we're talking about the screen that normally doesn't exist in NMG.
Yeah. Wait, does it? No. I mean, I guess you just kind of dash right past it.
Yeah, you flew out of it. You don't do that water walk in NMG. That's not normal. It's okay, like a rando thing. I think some of the preset routes have done that, and even those aren't the optimal route. I almost feel like Bydey has like maybe brought in some preset experience and is adding a little... oh, this old man talk is going to take a bit.
So now we're not going to know who's ahead until like basically the end of the game. So normally there are differences in shopping routes, and it's difficult to tell who's ahead and who's behind. But that doesn't happen until like an hour into it. We're barely 20 minutes into it. This is crazy. Okay, so I have like seen the Hera Ice Rod route theorized. And I do know it loses time. So this is like Bydey's not looking to PB here, I think. He's pulling out the memes, but it doesn't lose that much time at the very least.
I'm trying to figure out like what his splits are doing, because I know his PB doesn't do that. So what's he running against? Is this just some target split he made up that has this route in it? Because the time that he's running against is his PB.
Yep. Oh, that's a good point.
But the route certainly isn't. He must have made these splits by hand, or something like it. Because he would have lost more time. Well, maybe he loses the time.
No, he has a 526 Hera in the split, which is like kind of what you'd expect from a high level runner like him.
Okay, so he's just gonna. I forgot that was in Hera and not in Desert.
Yep. Yeah.
It's also like kind of cruel that you can do that, but you can't really get the Ice Rod before Desert, which is really when you would want it.
Yeah. Unless. I guess some kind of RMG category you probably could, right?
No, RMG you just have like Tempered Sword and Fire Rod at Desert. RMG categories to Desert so late. You'd never have to worry about Landmo.
I meant like specifically getting... Yeah, I guess you're right. Like Desert's just going to be in a difference. Okay, getting Ice Rod after Eastern specifically.
Ice Rod, you have to walk so far from where you get the boots to get to Ice Rod. It would have to be like Master Sword RNG. But Master Sword RNG gets the big key of Hera and Desert from Pod and doesn't. Anyway, we're in Hera. Speaking of the big key of Hera, we've done that.
Bydey, I also want to point out Bydey did a weird beetle strat as well, because why not?
Of course he did.
Yep.
He's also like really not that far behind Chex, considering he has like an extra item. So is, yeah, according to Chex, a very normal Moldorm. Yeah, that looks normal to me.
I'd put sarcastic air quotes on the normal. Oh yeah, we are Bydey, don't worry. We are, this is the Bydey circus and we're all just part of it. Oh, he's completely skipping that split then. Understandable. Oh, Spleevy. Yeah, so
why does Bydey have Ice Rod? Don't ask.
No, I will explain. Okay, so on the way to library, he did the quarry dash, and farmed for a bomb there. So he got a bomb, and then after desert, instead of doing fake flippers, he went to Ice Rod Cave, and then he water walked from there to Hera. So now he has the Ice Rod. Because he's stopping Long Swamp, exactly. That's the real answer, Tim.
This is the equivalent of like going back in time to get your parents together, you know? Like he's like going back in time to stop.
Oh, he killed the bird! He killed the bird with the ice rod!
Ice rod, oh my god. This is so extra. I mean, he's not gonna get Ice Rod and not use it, right? Like you have to use the Ice Rod. You have to flaunt it at every opportunity.
True, but I think that was actually optimal, because you don't really need magic here. Using one less arrow is nice. I see the vision. Oh. Am I going to be explaining this entire stream?
Bydey has Ice Rod because he made the Ice Rod Cave gamble and got lucky.
Well, I wouldn't say he got... He made the early, like, grabbing bombs gamble, and he got lucky. Although it's a 75% chance of getting a bomb there. Chex skipped it. Oh, he missed that bird. He's trying to go for that bird. He's going to... Okay, I wasn't sure if he was going to Ice Rod that crab.
Oh, he got to do the red rupee skip.
So I heard from Fox... No. I heard from Coin, who allegedly heard from Fox, that if you skip any red rupees there, then the extra lag from like the rupee being on screen is so great that it makes it actually lose time. But
Is
I'm
that
not
true?
entirely sure.
Is that true if you have killed the crab on that screen?
Oh god, does the crab count as a sprite?
It is a sprite, I just don't know if it counts as on screen. Oh, we got one.
I don't know.
Okay, here we go. We got recovery for Chex. And this is the important room in Aga Tower because you have to dash through those guards to not get the fairy drop, because you want the fairy drop later in TR. I'll try to not to make this all about Bydey and his Ice Rod. This is the Bydey Ice Rod show until he does something else outrageous. Okay. If Chex keeps his beams in this room, I will be very impressed. Very good. That room is simultaneously like impossible to keep beams in, but also like when you have beams, it makes the room worse.
Yeah.
Such a curse. Let's see, Bydey. Bydey does a lot of dashes in here. Dashes are mostly a preference thing.
Yeah.
Some people like to dash through enemies. Some people like to just walk so they don't risk bonking, so they don't like tap things in aggro. The dashes don't really like save enough time that a runner feels like they have to do them. So it's just whatever you can do that keeps your beams.
And it's also kind of contextual to like where the enemies are, right? Sometimes you, for one stretch of it, you want to dash if there's a bat in the way, if there's a guard in the way, you know, so you can like frame roll past the sword or something. But at least like, especially for the early part, it's definitely just preference.
The check's also showing us why we keep beams in Aga Tower if we can. It's that guard there. If you don't have the beams, you have to use the boomerang, which is a little harder and a little slower. I'm assuming it's slower. Oh, Bydey lost his beams to, of all things, getting hit by bats twice.
Oh.
And then he also got hit by a guard just now.
Yep. Yeah. So that dash is a little bit of a gamble because sometimes you get hit by a guard, but it's honestly not like I timed it out. It's not too bad because he hits you right in the direction of the door, so you don't really lose that much time. I think over under is definitely in favor of the dash there, but Chex is frozen for me.
Oh, I can see him. I'll count his blue balls.
Oh, there we go. He's back.
A little crazy that Bydey is this close to him when he has this whole extra item.
Bydey gives us a thumbs up.
I already stopped watching Chex, but I don't think he got any balls.
Thanks for giving us a roadmap,
Oh.
MM2. I've been really bad about remembering to look out for Kiki hops. I've been out of the Kiki hop game for too long.
Oh, it's okay. I'm doing the Kiki hops.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm seeing 0 for Chex so far, by the way.
0 for Bydey as well, but he's allowed earlier on into it. Oh, one for
Okay, there's one. Oh, at the same time, too. They're really in sync. Oh, okay, so it's 1 for Chex.
I looked away. My cat gave a little cranky meow. She's
There's a third. Bydey will get 3 blue balls or more.
A third blue ball has hit the Bydey.
Oh no. Too soon. 4!
Oh.
It's too soon because it wasn't 3, it's 4.
Wait,
why did he do that? Bydey, what are you doing?
I don't think that was a meme. I think he just legitimately didn't know.
Didn't count, yeah.
Wait, no, he would have, because otherwise he would have like gone out of the way a little bit. I think he just didn't care.
You lose. I know he doesn't really care, but he loses. You do lose refill on that hit. It's not like free health. Also, it does 2 hearts of damage. Like, did you know that it does 2 hearts of damage? It's the same as Vidi Lightning, but nobody ever touches it, so nobody knows this.
Oh wow.
Yeah, 2 hearts.
That's crazy.
Imagine as a casual player, like running, you haven't even figured out how to kill Aga yet, and you get hit by that, and you have to climb the tower again.
And then you have to figure out the pattern of like when he shoots the lightning, because you think it's random, but you don't realize it's every 4.
When I was a kid, I didn't know how often it was, but I would like watch him to see if he like looked at me, because if he doesn't look at you, then he's gonna shoot lightning.
Oh, fair. That's
also, when I was a kid, I didn't know that you can use the sword, so bugnet only.
Also Kiki.
Kiki.
But how did you figure out bugnet? Okay, how high?
I tried every item. That was my that was like a lowish, midish.
That was that was a medium. It was like on the lower side of medium, but it's still solidly medium.
My kid self Zelda strat was try every item, and I didn't think of the sword as an item, so I tried all the Y items first.
Oh.
After trying to slash him and slashing not working, I said the sword is not the answer and tried every item.
Interesting. Yeah, because I never knew that the bugnet worked, because I don't know how I figured out that you could reflect the balls.
There must be some like NPC that tells you. Like there's an NPC that tells you to use bombs on Helma, so all of us children didn't know you could use the hammer.
Oh.
Oh, it's a tiny hop.
Oh, that was a tiny hop.
Little
baby hop for Bydey. Alright, so this spells disaster for Bydey. Chex at least got the medium hop. Which means, neutral luck, also 6 more weeks of winter. Not relevant because we're in March, but... Yeah, I'm not sure what I figured out, because I played this game when I was, like, 6, and I don't remember most of it. I do remember that, I got through the entire game, because I was a little gamer 6-year-old. No issues there. And I got to Ganon, but I was too scared of, Scary Pigman. So I tried to get my dad to beat him, but my dad was bad at video games, so he remained unbeaten for like 10 years.
By the way, perfect hammer jump for Chex.
Oh, that was beautiful, yeah.
Maybe it was like one extra buffer. Because he did land one pixel short, he did one diagonal buffer, and then did the 2-bomb strat. And landed the second one first try.
Still almost as good as you could hope for. So Bydey's
contest.
Bydey's pretty good at hammer jump. He's he like definitely trusts the sword buffers, and he's very consistent with the sword buffers. So I expect
Oh yeah.
There we go.
So what's the deal
That's
with
not easy to do because there's so little time that you have like to be able to do that between the bomb tiles and the bomb and everything. Sword
buffers are weird because like in my experience as a glitch runner, I find the sword buffers easier to actually get the pixels I want, but they cost precious bridge time and bomb time. But they're also faster because they don't cost time. So I never really know like what to do.
Yeah, I think typically, I don't know, people have different ways of doing it. Usually people have it figured out, like how many sword buffers they can go for before they have to, like rely on the menu buffers. So like if you don't get it in, I don't know, 2 for the second one or something, then like you pull out the menu and start panicking. It's kind of different for everybody though. I think Bydey kind of does it the opposite, where he pulls out the menu and he's like, okay, you know, I've got 2 sword buffers and I'm just gonna hit him.
It's wild that Bydey has not actually done any RMG categories yet. I think he has done Landmo RTA, which is not an RMG category, but ooh, checks, please. Okay, good. Getting knocked upward is terrifying.
I think, yeah, his thing. Oh, this is Bydey's turtles.
Oh, Bydey turtles, let's go.
Holy shit.
Very well done. It is not optimal to do it that way, but it is funny, and Bydey likes it. He likes to do it on Restream. He doesn't do it in attempts anymore, I'm pretty sure. But he does it on Restream because he's all about the memes. I fully expect to see a Muffin Stash later on.
I didn't realize that's what Bydey Turtles was.
Oh, so you've only heard of Bydey Turtles?
Yeah, I've only heard the legends.
Oh. Bydey got knocked off rhythm a little.
I assumed it was like some kind of corrupt, like strat hub strat or something. That was interesting, though.
It's like a Bydey strat. It's not optimal, but he likes it. But I don't think he like actually does it anymore in attempts because it is losing time.
That just reminds me of another strat that I know he's gonna do, but I don't want to spoil it. But just like, I will mention it later.
Is it a dash of some sort?
It has nothing to do with dashes. It's I'm not gonna. Don't try to guess. I will.
The lottery.
What?
It's one of the lotteries.
Kind of lottery? I didn't realize that was a lottery.
There's 3 lotteries. All of the Ropas are lotteries here, except maybe that last one. There's definitely 3 that can just hit you.
I only knew about Tony Hawk, not his friend Sean.
No.
White.
There's 3. I mean, I've seen like league races where like they get all 3. It's great.
What? I've never seen that before. If you get all 3, okay, then you're down to like 2 hearts or something. That's insane.
Yeah, I think you do the thing Bydey did to farm a bomb, but you do it for fairies instead. Because those. Oh, Bydey gets the first one. Let's go.
Yeah, that one's Tony Hawk. He wasn't radical enough.
Are we gonna get 3 for 3 lottos?
Okay, so you're saying this one's a lotto? There's no way that one's a lotto.
Oh, he actually countered the lotto by redashing. That's pretty good. I think it was one of those, like, you know, he's okay getting lottoed once, but getting lottoed twice gets into dangerous territory.
Yeah. Did Bydey do flip speed today? What's flip speed? Is that...
Oh, Flipio hates spin speed. I don't know what that has to do with...
Is that missing a spin speed? Or is there a strat there?
I don't know what flip speed is.
Oh, no, I got owned. Damn.
Oh. No, Tam just does that.
No, I got owned. Tam never just does that?
Tam always just does that.
I disagree. Tam's not that predictable. I disagree, Tam. You're selling yourself short. So we've still got like a healthy time difference here, but like, who the fuck knows who's in first because of the ice rod? Like, I don't know how to make heads or tails of this.
I think Chex is a little ahead. I think it's mostly the blue ball difference.
Oh, cool. He was also... He was actually only barely ahead after Landmos, because Bydey picked it up in Landmos.
I didn't even notice that somebody actually pinned the explanation for Bydey's ice rod. Thank you, baseball.
Oh. Hell yeah. Baseball is the best restreamer.
I was only half joking. This is actually amazing. Sometimes later in the run it won't matter because it will be past the point where it's normal to have ice rod. I have base to ball. There we go.
So true.
Base to ballers.
Based and ballin'. Love to see it. Pretty clean movement from Chex. Look at that. It's like hard to do. It's hard to really fit between like the... Ooh, nice reaction there. Still gets hit anyway. Oh, he has a Hellway.
Oh my god, this Hellway.
Yeah, that was bullshit. He did like the best he could, I'm pretty sure.
He definitely did. That was... There was nowhere safe for him to go in that last part. He even like adjusted for bad RNG in the first, or at least for a bad pixel. He adjusted for something. Bydey just now entering Thieves. But I saw him do a pretty nice react on the red Zazak that you have to hop near, giving him a little bit of a dance to make sure that he doesn't jump on top of him. Oh, that is an excellent Hellway react for Bydey.
Yeah, that was beautifully done.
That was a flawless bad RNG Hellway. Oh, I'd love to see the arrows just fall on his head.
Yeah, I love it when that Zazak drops stuff. Sometimes you're having bomb troubles and it'll just be a homie for you. Give you a bomb. It's very nice.
I like how Bydey is down exactly one bomb, and it's the bomb that he spent at Ice Rod Cave. So Chex and Bydey are both they're both on bomb route. Like Chex probably farmed one more bomb in pod. Because he went for the two bomb hammer jump.
You know, like Spoopy said, that was an extra bomb. So I think the difference is the hammer jump. I'm also surprised that Bydey didn't go for Toilet Bomb there. It's like pretty fast to do. but I think he's banking on...
Is it though? Toilet bomb's pretty slow.
It's not too fast, or it's not too slow. I mean, considering like all the other options for getting extra bombs. Well, okay, it's slower than getting the extra bomb in Hammer Jump, but like, I don't know.
That makes Hammer Jump harder. Yeah, that makes that. There's a reason you don't get that. It's because Hammer Jump is harder.
Yeah, so one potential issue that Bydey might have is once he gets to Ice Palace Bomb Jump, he's going to need to, like, if he fails it once, then he's out of bombs.
Oh sure, yeah. One downside to doing Ice Rod that early is you don't have the like Ice Rod bomb as a spare.
Oh wait. Oh, yeah, right. Okay, so he doesn't have to factor that in. Wait.
Wait, he does? How do you only use one bomb?
Wait, no, because normally he would do Ice Rod Cave in TR. So, like, overall, he has to factor in one less bomb.
Yeah, that's what I meant by
like,
Bydey being down a bomb from Chex. It's because he doesn't need one later.
I see what you mean. I see the vision. Oh, he also only uses one bomb in bottomable floor. Oh, wait, hold on. Did he do... Am I thinking of someone else, or does he do the thing with the fire rod? Oh, wait, shit, I shouldn't spoil it. Okay, Flip, is that strat... Is that a real strat? Is that, like, fast? Is that corrupt? Is that a meme? I need to know these answers. I need to know if I should go for them in runs. Tam, you're always trying to hold me back. Don't do this, don't do that. It's a Bydey strat, you can't do that. Never do long swamp. Sometimes I just want to, I don't know, spread my wings and fly. Be free of this judgment. This is a judgment-free zone, Tam. That's what ZSR is about. That's what ZSR was founded on. Waffle House and being free of judgment.
This is a free judgment zone. We will judge you for free.
Just like they do at Waffle House. If I do long swamp, I'm getting disowned. Shit. My parents would never forgive me if I became a long swamper. Okay, you're right. Yeah, there's too much societal pressure on that one.
I like to do long mire, which is getting the hook shot in mire.
Oh, I do long mire too. If that's what that is.
Alright, watch Bydey. Watch Bydey. Count the dashes. 3! Let's go.
There it is.
I think Chex is having a very normal Skull Woods. Very smooth. Get to the B. Just better than a fairy.
Oh, okay, Bydey gets a bomb anyway, so... It turns out everything we talked about with bomb routing has been turned upside down on its head. And it doesn't matter anymore.
Alright. It's like Chex is a left potter, like a normal person.
Yeah, so
Looking at you, Spleeby.
It's so much better. Yeah, he couldn't get there in time for the dash poke, but great fight from Chex.
Handled the RNG well. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. That's
not
about
an
as
ideal
well as you
moth,
could with that conveyor RNG.
That sort of conveyor RNG could certainly go a lot worse if you try harder and miss. And in a race, definitely. You probably don't want to do that. What is... Whoa, that's a interesting mummy strat for Bydey.
I missed it, but I've probably seen it before.
It looked like Joe's strat, but he doesn't hit the mummy. He just kind of like goes around it.
Oh, he taught me that strat at some point. I don't know what the merit of it was, but it was definitely an interesting one.
Well, the merit might be that you don't lose time in the fire rod animation.
Oh, he also uses the fire rod in Moth, which is like, I feel like using the fire rod in Mothula is kind of the midwit meme, you know, where it's like
the what?
Like midwit.
I don't know what that is.
Seen it have you ever seen like a bell curve where like on the left end it's like the stupid person, and then in the middle it's like just kind of the average Joe.
Oh yeah, it's the rando. It's a rando thing.
Yeah. So
right, rando players use fire rod because sometimes we have suboptimal equipment, and being able to use the fire rod is really important.
Well, I mean, it's also just like if you play casually, right, you're going to use a fire rod. But then, like, you get taught by, like, FMG and whatever, you know, as you start, like, learning the speedrun, that you don't use fire rod, you want to menu to the mirror, blah, blah, blah. You know, just use, like, dashes and dash pokes and, like, the sword forehead. But then, when you get to as evolved as Bydey is, you realize, wait a second, the fire rod's just good here.
Oh,
just
I see.
The fire
you
rod.
mean that both ends of the bell curve use it? Yes. It's kind of like Right Pot in Skull Woods. People who don't know better do Right Pot because they think it's closer to the door, and that obviously they should go that way. And most people who know how to run NMG go Left Pot because you can just hold up right there and it's free and only loses a few frames. And then people like Arior will do Right Pot again to save the frames.
Yep.
Yeah, I like Fire Rod as like a rescue valve. Like, Moth has gone out of control. I need to get Moth off the spikes. I will use like one rod shot. It's not really for the damage. It's just to get Moth back towards me. I use it like a lasso rather than a weapon.
Yes. Yeah, it's very good for resetting his movement.
Speaking of movement, one of the most movement-heavy screens in the game is the Sora's Domain waterway, where if you dash wrong, you will splash and have some pretty frustrating attempts to get to Zora. It's really easy to lose time in here, especially because movement on shallow water is inherently slow, so any extra movement you do in here is going to cost you.
That's why
very hard to optimize the screen.
Yep, yeah, it's like one of the most infamous screens as far as like, you know, raw optimizations go. That's why like pumping is really important in shallow water. Strict dash lines are very important in shallow water. If you can see it, like Bydey just dashed so that he maximized the amount of time that he stood in the grass, because dashing along the grass is a lot faster than dashing along water. So that saves time. That's also an important thing. Mirror is the quickest way to end the Moth fight, true. When's Bydey gonna get Ether? Is it gonna be like at some really stupid time? I mean, I guess.
I hope it's not Meyer, because apparently when you do Ether Meyer, you also want to do Meyer Ice Rod, so you have a chance to get your heart back if you lose it.
Yeah.
Maybe he's a long swamper.
I feel like, well, it's not going to be Long Swamp, right? Because he's already got Ether. He did Long Hera.
Swamp and Hera are the same dungeon.
Swamp and Hera are the same dungeon. You know what? I'm not going to argue with my co-commentator on that one. Oh, is it? Wait, did I just get the joke explained to me? Oh, no.
Alright. Very smooth Ice Palace bomb jump for Chex.
Yeah, he's hit all these strats pretty well. So the thing about Ice Palace is that it's very... There are a lot of checks that you have to pass, right? It's like, did you do this room well? Oh, Bydey's doing the fire rod thing. Okay, there it is. Yeah, so he's only using one bomb there. Oh, and he misses the switch. So that was almost as good as he wanted it.
Fire rod thing also costs fire rod, so if you have to use extra fire rod before, you either have to farm another magic in that Stalfos room or not do the strat.
Wait, why would he... No, you don't have any beams, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
He almost forgot. Okay, that's good that he didn't forget.
There's totally a non-zero chance of a runner just like going in here with the orange pegs down and still bomb jumping and not noticing. Okay, this is...
Not a great...
Yeah, this is a tense Ice Palace. If he goes for the damage boost on the spike, he will be down to one-hit KO. Oh, also, he does a cold stare that is also different from what other people do. And the only other person who I know who does that cold stare is me, because he taught me it.
Okay, yeah, he's fine with being a cold stare Oko. I think at this level, you just kind of trust that, like, you're not going to mess up cold stare that bad.
That's because he has the best cold stare fight. I'm not biased.
I think I have the best cold stare fight.
So the idea behind Bydey cold stare is diagonals are inconsistent, but cardinals are like easy to make consistent. So all of his movement, or like most of his movement in this fight is going to be cardinals. So and he'll hold his sword out to the left. I forgot what the purpose of that is. I think it just prevents... Oh, that's different. He changed his cold stare. He still holds his sword out to the left, but it's... Ow, that was scary. Okay. But
what did he get? Oh, I guess he got hit by the ice?
He got hit by an ice.
It looked like he got hit by the cold stare.
Yeah, that's interesting. That Bydey cold stare is not the Bydey cold stare I learned from him. And apparently not the one he's used to either, because it was common.
Chex has silently been doing like really good work here. Yeah,
he's just like
that ice is pretty clean.
Pretty he's decent pace. I mean, it's not like green pace, but it's still decent pace. Definitely like low 125 is possible here.
Chex does long.
He does Longmire.
Longmire, right?
Yeah, he does. Yeah. He does Mire Ice. Mire
yeah, looking at that, yeah, he's got like a 7-minute Mire Gold. Yes, he definitely does Longmire then. Chex is ahead by about 15 to 20 seconds.
Ahead of Bydey. Yeah. That's mostly blue ball difference. Bydey has 4 and he has 1. Like, I mean, wow, that means Bydey has actually been keeping up even with that wonky ice rod.
That's crazy.
It's crazy to see because it really looks like Chex is playing near perfect. But, of course, everything above, like, 126 level is near perfect to me. And they all somehow differ from each other by amounts that I cannot perceive.
God, I love that. I love that emote, Corey. Yeah, Bydey does his own strat there. Not a meme strat either, for setting up that quick warp. He misses it just like a little bit, but it's again just kind of cardinal based movement, like you said before with the cold stare fight. Which, even though like his cold stare was different than yours, I think the theory is kind of...
It was the same
similar.
theory, yeah. It was still sword out to the left and cardinals only. He was just... He went down and to the left, which I hadn't seen before. I know I will like do the fire rods and then immediately slash to the left, and then I go down a little bit, but not that much down. Yeah, diagonaling into the fire rod is... There are reasons you do that, and the reason being that if you try to cardinal, you have a risk that you will fire rod too early and actually fire rod to the right instead of up. That can be something that you'll like think is good until it happens to you, and then Bydey really doesn't like it when things happen to him, so he goes for strats that are unlikely to just kill the run instantly. Especially if you can get one this far in. Like,
Alright, it's time to feed my cat, Melmo.
Alright, enjoy the cat. Nothing happens in swamp,
like
don't
minutes.
worry.
Yeah, exactly. Swamp is boring. Nothing's gonna happen. Come here.
Okay, that's a hammer dash. Alright. Well, if Bydey goes for that hammer dash, I'm very curious what other hammer dashes he goes through. There's a lot of pretty scuffed hammer dashes you can do in Swamp. I want to see how many he does. Chex is still killing it. Only down 1 heart. Did Bydey do Ice Rod Cave spin speed? Is that right? See the pins. Oh, I don't know what he actually did in Ice Rod Cave. I was just thinking about the implications of the fact that he was in there that early. Oh, Chex gets lottoed. It's okay. Everything in Swamp is just time loss. It's not like disasters.
Alright, looks like I'm back just in time for Argus.
Yeah, there's a bit of a party happening in this room for Bydey, though. Chex is... It doesn't look like he's gonna make the 0 cycle, but it does get a fast one. Also, Bydey has been like... Oh, he doesn't do this hammer dash, though. Bydey did a hammer dash at the switch. So I thought maybe he'd do all of them.
At the switch?
Yeah, the first floodgate switch, he hammer dashed into it.
Huh. That's interesting. Wait, into it, not out of it?
Into it. You heard me right.
I'll have to go back and
The
take a
instant
look.
you stepped away after I said nothing happens in Swamp, Bydey goes and does that.
Oh, I assumed something like that would happen.
Is that real is a very good question to ask when Bydey is running. I'm not going to know the answer half the time. Okay, he doesn't get the slope dash, he recognizes it. Check's having a good mire ether so far. Oh, that's a rough RNG.
Yeah, I dealt with it pretty well though.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, Bydey having a little bit of trouble with the zero cycle. Oh,
he's in spin speed and trying to hold his sword out. Yeah, that's the thing is like you have to remember you're in hook speed. You can't press B. Now he's gonna get a 2 cycle. This is a disaster. It's a Bydey disaster. It's not like a real. He's not gonna die. But 2 cycle is people at this level will usually consider a 2 cycle Argus a disaster.
Yeah.
All right, Chex finally writing the scales after all these minutes.
It's been
84
basically
years.
45 minutes since Bydey got his ice rod. And now we're back to a sane time difference.
We're about swamp cutscene difference? Just significant.
I think you're all correct in your own special ways. Are we going to see bird toss from Chex? Come on, bird toss. Do it. Chex, do it. Bird toss. Bird toss.
Oh, he's
Chex.
grinning though. He's grinning.
Chex,
nope,
do it.
He doesn't do it. Chex doesn't bird toss.
He doesn't bird toss.
He's a boomer, but he's not that kind of boomer.
I wanted to peer pressure him.
He's not actually stuck in 1918.
If bird tossing is wrong, then I don't want to be right.
We don't bird toss, we monkey hop.
That's fair. Is Bydey gonna bird? I don't think Bydey bird tosses either. Because that's just like that's not even a strat meme. Okay, no, sure.
I wasn't gonna say anything because Bydey is absolutely the kind of person who would bird toss on restream.
I read him wrong again.
Why do we call it bird toss when we could be calling it flipping the bird?
I don't know. I don't think anyone thought of it at the time. Truly, the community was missing out by not having you say that earlier.
How many memes do you think Bydey has left in him?
I don't know.
That's the real question.
He didn't do every meme I've seen.
No, he did just enough to keep us on our toes.
Alright, now I want to see, like, Brahmin laser skip. That's what I want to see.
I want to see the Brahmin bomb jump here, but I think he doesn't have enough bombs to do that safely.
What's the Brahmin bomb jump?
You can, from the big key chest, you can... I don't know if it's relevant in NMG, but you can bomb jump out. It's very cursed. There's also a hover version. It's definitely relevant in, like, the old route, all dungeons.
Oh.
Alright, not a good gamble. on the spark. Good pause timing, though. It was not a skill issue. He just lost the gamble.
And I just lost the game.
Oh, so did I. Yeah, thanks. You just did that on Restream.
I know, I did. I know what I've done. I'll pay for my crimes, don't worry. Alright, looks like Chex hits Spooky 1, 2, and 3 is going to go to Bydey. I expect a pretty normal Bydey fight.
Yeah, no memes in Bydey. It's too dangerous. You just do it normally.
So take notes. This is how you do Bydey. I've seen so many people do like really. It's hard to do Bydey right because if you like have too much superfluous movement, then you end up just getting hit by an eyeball sometimes. Yeah, WQ Bydey basically. It takes a lot of practice though. Well, it actually doesn't take that much practice. Like, once you get it, you kind of get it. Way easier than Cold Stare, for sure. Alright, so, do you remember, like, an hour ago when I said that there's one meme that I was expecting from Bydey?
Oh, don't tell me it's on Bydey. I said no memes on Bydey. Oh my god.
Yep,
What is this
I
direction?
knew this was gonna happen.
The only thing I know about Bydey's Bydey until now is that he doesn't like menuing to mirror here.
So he did that one day. I was in voice call with him. He did that one day, and he's like, wait a second. Is there any reason why we all go left? Is it just the same if you go right? And I think it just is. Like, you can just go right. The only reason we go left is because that's what was in the guide.
What you learned, yeah. It's just...
Is that crazy? You can just go right.
you have to go one of the ways. You don't want to have to learn both, because, you know, it's muscle memory. You don't want to have to learn twice when you can learn once.
Going right causes psychic damage? You all...
Like, going right on Cold Stairs actually has utility in certain categories, but going right on Bydey is purely just, I want to be different.
I think we all got Borged too hard. We're part of the Borg thing. I haven't seen Star Trek, I don't know. It's not good. You all forgot what it means to be an individual. The collective. Thank you.
I was gonna say the cube, but collective is better.
Alright, I'm gonna do right side Bydey from now on.
Right side Herald Castle hurts me more, because I always think he's gonna do a cooler category, like delete Ganon, and then he doesn't. He just does NMG.
Or defeat Ganon. Which is also almost as cool. I'm not biased.
Oh, Chex has a utility for going right. When you hook push in on the right, you can start the fight a little sooner. Ooh, I should learn a hook push Bydey strat. That's actually not a bad idea.
Oh.
Why learn once when you can learn twice?
Wait, actually, yeah, that's... Okay,
yeah, that is the side of the room
Bydey.
we land on. Yeah, that's true. Nothing messes up your boss memory than like entering the room wrong, which happens all the time in no logic. I think Chex hit the wrong button.
Yeah, he hit the wrong button.
He meant to press Y and he pressed B instead. Oh, he also like tried to negate damage and then just bumped the spike anyway. He get Requiem Magic? Okay, here we go. Requiem Magic means that he can also get like the fairy and have beams, so makes sense. The magic is really just there because he wanted the heart.
That's Requiem Magic. I've only heard
it's that pot.
tales of it. Why is it called Requiem Magic? Does he just get that?
Oh, I think he gets it. Oh, Chex got hit. He hasn't got his fairy yet.
His fairy is next
though.
though.
Bydey also gets hit. Different reason.
Yeah, he got the short hook. Which can actually be optimal. Oh no, why would he oh no.
Why do you
This
get
has
the
been a
shortcut?
TR.
Is that like on purpose, or is it just a thing that can happen?
I don't know if he did it on purpose. It's technically optimal, but like it's kind of luck based whether you take damage. So I imagine he didn't do it on purpose. But like sometimes I don't know. It's hard to. It's like a tight timing, doing the hook right and getting it like close enough such that you iframe through the whole thing.
Oh my god. Okay, sorry. I was watching Chex.
Yeah, no, I was too.
So what happened to Chex is he got it's the bad RNG when you want the fairy. And he said, screw the fairy, I'm just going to go to the door, but he didn't have the key. Because the RNG is really hard to actually pull off.
Yep.
And he had some really good instincts to not bonk on the door and not get killed by the laser. And he actually got his fairy. So, it kind of all worked out in the end. May have saved him from a death later on. Hopefully Bydey will just get the fairy in a drama-free fashion, like in one of the right RNGs where you get the fairy for free.
Why would you say that?
Nope,
when
he gets it too!
You?
Okay, but he also doesn't get the fairy and he pulls off this trap perfectly, so maybe he'll get the fairy in the next room and gain a little time on Chex.
Oh wait, I didn't see Chex's double pokies. Pokey 2.
Oh, I didn't see that either. I was watching Bydey.
I'm a Pokey 2 connoisseur. That's one of my favorite rooms, so I wish I could see and judge his strat. I'll judge Bydey's strat though.
Do you know all 16 RNGs?
I know all 16 RNGs.
I know Chex has worked on them, but I don't know how comfortable he is now. It was around the time he was doing his 124 grind. He spent a good couple streams practicing. Alright, this is nice. Bydey probably didn't need that magic. I think he's not used to getting Requiem magic, so his instinct was to grab the magic here.
Yeah, so Bydey did that pretty well. I think he might have been able to go around the roller, but it was pretty tight. I'm not entirely sure. For like most of them, you can honestly just kind of chunk them together. Because most of them are going to be like, spin this pokey and then spin that pokey and then like wait for the roller. And there's like kind of a flow chart as to which pokey you do first. I don't remember it, but I have it internalized so hard that it just kind of happens when I touch a controller. But yeah. I hate plugging Foxlisk, but he's got his GitHub has a pretty good guide on it. So that plus like the flip hill strat for one of the 16 RNGs is probably just like the best you can do. Because flip hill has a really good strat for one of them.
So far, drama-free Trinix and laser skips for everyone. Chex looks like he would have survived not getting the fairy. It's nice to see.
Bydey looked dangerously close to that pokey, but he had a lot of health anyway. He was fine.
Swag bonk.
The first time I saw like the words Requiem magic, I thought it was like not a strat, but more just like kind of an intangible quality of Requiem. He's got,
can you feel the magic?
Yeah, something like that.
Oh yeah, this run's got that Requiem magic in it.
Yep.
It's that boomerang on the mountain.
That just the Requiem twist. But yeah, it turns out it's just you get that magic pot. That's it. That's all it ever was. Oh, also, yeah. Oh my god, if you're in chat, watch that clip. It's hilarious. It's like peak Link to the Past content. That's when the Requiem boom goes wrong. Chexhuman's a really good Ganon Tower, just in general.
It's the magic of getting runs to completion.
True, yeah.
You do more of these dungeons. The Chex is a torch key getter, and Bydey is a torch key skipper.
Oh, you know what? Does Chex split on Bat Crash? I feel like he splits on Bat Crash.
I don't know any splits, but glitch runners do like to split on Bat Crash more often because we often have things to do after Ganon's tower that aren't falling into the hole. And it means you have to like do inputs immediately after you fall.
Oh, interesting.
So there's a reason we do it that way.
Yeah, I mean, like having a sub 7 GT is like bananas. Like that's ridiculous. Even for a 124 runner, that's, you know.
Okay, that was not an ideal bombable floor.
Yeah, I think he wanted the arrows.
He wanted the arrows. He lost a little magic. He'll get the pot in the spike room. He still has enough arrows. He also lost his beams.
He also mismenued there. Oh god, everything's going wrong for Chex. No, he's still doing pretty well. He's like pretty far ahead, yeah. Alright, Bydey gets the arrows. And he kind of had to, because if he missed that, he would have had to mirror out.
Oh, it's a little, Oh, no! Mimix is going, sideways. Literally. Oh, get the arrows! Let's go!
I was in that room and I didn't have enough arrows, so I was like, okay, I'll just, grab this arrow pot right here. Like this.
They despawn.
They weren't there.
Yep, they despawn. They can despawn if you have enough, like, BMOS shots, and also, like, if you leave drops on the floor in the other Mimix room.
Oh. I mean, I picked up the pot and they just weren't there to start.
That whole super tile is, the spike room and Mimix 1 and Mimix 2, and this room here that Bydey's in. And there's sprites in all of them except for the last one, so...
I see.
You have to take that into account. That's why mimic clipping keeps the mimics in the tile, and you're more likely to despawn the arrows if you try to go for the last ones.
Oh, I see.
Like if you do the mirror mimic strat.
Honestly, like, pretty decent gauntlet from Chex. Good reactions on everything. Let's see Bydey. Bydey has he's got like an arrow strat that's like pretty interesting for one of these. I think this one, depending on what happens. Okay, yeah, for that one he just had to go around.
Oh, he got a D boost. So he did the roundabout thing because of the RNG, but he damaged himself on the spike on purpose so that he could dash in between the spikes and not bounce off of them.
And now he's gonna do the bat shit.
Oh yeah, he loves this. This is RNG dependent, but you can one cycle with it if you get the right RNG.
Yeah, so
it is really laggy though.
It completely changes the routing for the rest of this. So he's going to be able to do like the torch room that Chex is in. He's going to be able to do that with the fire rod, so that saves some time. And I think. Actually, no, never mind. But it just kind of changes the routing around for the whole dungeon.
There's a couple ways you can, take advantage of having extra magic, and one of them is that you can use up all your magic. So you can use the fire rod here and make this go a little faster, or you can use the lamp and not have to refill magic before Ganon. Which is normally something you do for when you do like silver arrow runs. But I think you could maybe... Oh, you would have to do all of them with... Yeah, no, you'd have to do all lamps to make that work.
Yeah, he's got to refill here.
Yeah, he's not going for all lamps. Because the magic preservation strat, like you would do for, like, silvers, is you just stay on lamp the whole time and do the lamp strat, and then you don't get this magic.
No, I got the key. Nah, you're good. There are a lot of different places you can get the key. Chex gets it. He's actually probably the only runner at this level who gets it off the torch in one of the earlier rooms. In like the second room of GT. Most people get it where Bydey got it though. I also do the Chex strap, but that's because I didn't really want to learn the new one or the better one yet.
4 cycle for Chex. Bydey getting like a really free pattern in the opener. This could pitch him up quite a bit. Oh, okay. That wouldn't have 2 cycled anyway because of the blue ball. Yeah, this is fine. There was blue balls anyway. He would have hated it if it wasn't. So the blue ball was a mercy.
With a lot of warps on Chex's end, this could be close. Not that we, want our runners to get bad RNG. 707? That's like 3 seconds from Bydey's goal. That's crazy.
Wow, even with that mimics. And a 3 cycle Aga. That's surprising.
I think that would have been a gold with a 2 cycle Aga.
He did get the good land mows. Chex is getting some warps. So was Bydey. Okay, Chex is the first one out of phase 3. Gets a blue Ganon, which is RNG. It's not his fault.
Yeah, you don't want Ganon to blue himself there.
Yeah, it does set you up for the triple though when you do the torch glitch. So there's a silver lining.
It usually does, but sometimes it doesn't, and that just feels like something out there hates you. I don't know. All right, Bydey's probably gonna go for a cape spin.
Oh, he misses.
Oh, he misses it.
Not free.
I would have gotten that. Just saying. Only saying that because I know Bydey's gonna watch this.
Very nice. Solid mid 125 finish for Chex coming right up.
And Bydey right after him.
Slightly higher mid 125 for Bydey. 2 very good times in this race. Especially with all the memes Bydey has been pulling. Still manages to get a good run.
GG's to both runners. That was... Oh, even TR was like really, really close to gold as well. Damn, very good endgame from him. It's only 10 seconds apart. We need both of them in comms. I need to interview them. Oh, baseball's already on it. Baseball, my fucking hero. Already taking care of it. Shout out to baseball. Hey gamers, how's it going?
GG Chex.
GG Bydey.
Yeah, so that was a pretty exciting race. A lot to talk about there. Chex, congratulations on winning.
Thank you.
It got like kind of close at the end there. There was a little spaghetti in Aga Tower. There was a lot of Ganon warps, but it looks like you still persevered, pulled ahead. Very solid stuff all around. Yeah, how do you feel about that race, Chex?
Yeah, I was a little nervous and just off my game a little bit. Missing things by 2 or 3 frames. Trouble picking up pots and rocks for some reason. And I don't know. It was better than average. I'm not sure, but it felt okay. It was fun to listen to comms.
I'm glad. I hope we provided something for you.
Yeah, I hope we didn't just talk about Bydey's memes.
Or my cat.
I enjoyed it a lot. I was like sad I couldn't watch Bydey. I saw some stuff, but not that much.
So
go ahead.
I gotta address the elephant in the room. Long Hera. Tell me about
Long
that,
Hera. Welcome to Long Hera. Yeah, you know what? I'll be honest, like I'm having an absolute blast playing this game. I'm just, like it's I'm trying to win, don't get me wrong, like I'm here to race, but like I feel like this is a great chance for us to show like people like what NMG is all about. And like give them some fun, and I've just been trying to find like really, really weird stuff that we can do in the game. I worked a lot at it for a couple hours the other day in practice, and just sort of working out just sort of fun stuff to do, and just sort of trying to showcase a little bit. And it worked out. It's 50-50. So if you don't get the bomb, you can't do the route. So I was kind of praying that I got it, and I actually timed it out, and it actually might even out because you save a flute. So you save a flute back to 8 because you don't ever have to go there again. So you actually save a whole flute back, and then you get waterwalk state. So it actually it's almost even doing that route. But the problem was, and I had to bring a tracker up for the whole time because my menus were all different. So I was using a random tracker.
And Bydey, did you do Ice Rod Cave spin speed?
I didn't know. I was so focused on like not messing up because I had one bomb that I didn't want it to go wrong, and it looked like a right tool, right? So yeah, I was just happy to get in and get the ice rod, and it was funny listening to everyone just like banging on about why would he have a bomb, and just they're thinking it's like a 30 frame time saver or something. I'm like, no, it's not. It's to get the ice rod.
Yeah, you threw me for a loop there. I think Malmo figured it out a little bit earlier, but yeah, definitely.
I don't think. I think I said you were gonna just like treat yourself to a free Hera basement coffee break.
I feel like there's something else he figured out like kind of earlier than I did, but I can't remember exactly what it was. I might be confusing the two things, but yeah. So tell me about your other like favorite strats that you pulled out there, Bydey, because they're quite a lot.
The coal stair is a new one. I worked on that last night.
I was talking up your cold stair, Bydey, because it's my cold stair, and I was describing it, and then you go off and do something different.
So it actually is something that I might actually main now because I get a little bit nervous sometimes on pace when I'm doing those ice rod shots, walking up the coal stair, and this negates that from happening because you can never miss, right? You can never miss that 8th shot because you're standing right in front of cold stair, and it actually is the exact same time as the other way. It doesn't lose or save any time, and I can do it consistently. So it's something I might throw in there.
That's kind of cool. As somebody who like spams the rod and gets a lot of dry fires, I could see it being beneficial.
And then there was like right side Bydey, Samaria.
Right side Bydey I'm actually going to start doing. We started talking about the merit of doing right side Bydey because I'm not sure if you were like listening to the stream at this point, but or like at any point, but if you hook push into that room, you end up on the right side anyway. So in glitched routes, it's actually probably better to do right side Bydey.
Because he's on the screen more?
No, because you enter on the right side, so you like
because
otherwise,
I see.
Yeah, because otherwise you have to go like traverse more of the room, and then it's kind of a little bit sketchier of a fight. So it's actually like even in like Hoda Ruby's like all dungeons world record, I'm pretty sure, or maybe like one of the like longer MG categories, I'm pretty sure he does left side Bydey. And it looked a little bit sketchy, but right side Bydey probably just fixes that problem. So I'm gonna switch to that. So you've at least inspired one person.
Yeah, like, and also I want to say like shout outs to Chex. He beat me, and I know that's probably not easy to play against when there's lots of shenanigans going on, and like you don't know if you're behind or not. I know he got extensive amount of. I got some blue balls over him, and I was a bit behind, but my end game was one of the best I've had in a long time. It was, and I know he was kind of faltering a little bit at the end, so it's I'm glad it was a close race because it's always exciting for everyone. But yeah, huge GG. Like, don't make all the attention about me. Chex is an awesome runner, so give him the respect he deserves.
Yeah, thanks, GG. Also, shout outs to Malmo, who reminded me to get magic and mimics. So I appreciate that. That went off the rails, and I just forgot to catch up for a second. Because I got hit by the anti-fairy, you know what I mean? And Malmo said, he's going to get the magic in the pot. And I was like, oh, yeah, I'm going to do that. That's right.
I made it happen.
Oh, I didn't even realize. That's so sick.
That reminds me of Stanley Parable narrating your run.
Just to clear something up about the Samario Lamo 2, you can actually skip that magic. The reason I couldn't is because I placed a Samario block by accident. You're not meant to lay a Samario block in the room before, but because I did that, I didn't have enough magic. So if you just do what I did normally, you don't have to pick up that pot, and you can still skip the magic. And that's why my Hera, my GT was so good, because that's like a 3.5 second time save versus like the regular route for me. If you get it all, but it
should be a faster Lamo if you get lucky, right? Because it's less. They're not out of the ground as long when you kill them.
Well, there's a couple of things to it. So you get to skip the fire rod completely, right? You go from the arrows to the Samaria, then you go from the Samaria to the lamp. So you never go to the fire rod at all. So you skip a menu. So there's a huge time save there.
It's the silver arrows route.
Yeah, and then the magic time save is 2.5, plus a little bit slower of a Lamo fight. I think the Lamo fight's like 20 frames slower, so it kind of is about 3.5 second time save. But it's not viable for the top runners if you do jingle skip, because they need that magic because they're skipping the one after that. So it's one of those things you can only do it and save time if you're doing like the kind of regular route that most do. But if you're doing the top route jingle skip, you can't do this. It saves something ridiculous, like not even a second. It's just stupid to go for it. So
I see.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of that strat. That's a Yuzu strat, right? Doing the Samario Lamos.
Yeah, and it's also higher than. So there was a myth going around that it was 33%, but it's actually 48% if you get it right. So it's actually a lot more viable than it might look. You get it more often than not. I don't know. It's a confidence thing too, because there's a timing window and things, and everyone always loves it. So I was debating not going for it, but because if you miss that arrow, it's really, really bad. So we're already fully in the meme route, so we could not.
And if you don't get it, then you're probably going to get a 2 cycle anyway, which is about what you'd expect. So it's not really that much of a difference.
Yeah, and then you save time back in the magic room because you still need the magic, right?
What's the percentage of people getting the 1 cycle on the fire rod?
There's that to take into account too. Like a 2 cycle Samaria beats out a 2 cycle fire rod like by quite a ways, because you get to skip the magic versus the fire rod you don't. Plus, you usually burn more magic. So like, if you have to pick up a pot, it's like 3.5 seconds faster. A 2 cycle versus a 2 cycle. So there's a lot. I did a big write up on it, and really, I think me and Eddie are the only ones that ever went for it. And then I told Eddie not to go for it because obviously we didn't realize at the time that he was only saving this because of the jingle thing. So I think I'm the only one who actually goes for it and runs, to be honest, at the moment. So
you're like the last practitioner of a dying lost art then.
We'll see. It depends. If I have huge paces, I don't sometimes like going for it because it is very risky with the arrow. Because if you're going to go for it, you have to skip the arrow. Like you have to skip the fire rod to make it happen, which means you have to kind of YOLO G5 a bit to make it all worth. And if you miss that arrow, like you can lose 2-3 seconds like in that room. It's really, really bad. So it is a big risky play, and if I'm a huge pace, I'm probably not going for it on a PB pace, but it's kind of a feel thing too. Like it's And also, thanks for the comms. Like, I was listening to the whole stream, and you guys were awesome. It was fun to watch.
I appreciate it. Yeah, we tried to make it
for racing.
We tried to make it pretty
mostly
good
on
time.
topic.
Yeah. I know Malmo, both Malmo and I were like kind of low energy going into this, but I think we like fed off of each other pretty well, so we're both kind of awake now. I know you were like considering making poor choices and taking like a 3-hour nap or something, but so I'm glad we pulled you out of that.
I can't believe I was going to miss this race. That would have been tragic.
I know.
Bydey and I have the best races.
Yeah. I've always had fun racing against Chex. It's again like me and Chex and me and Fox. Like I think between like our 4 races, I think a total of something like 7 seconds between us all for those 4 races. It's crazy because Fox beat me by 5 seconds. I beat him by 22 frames, and then I think I beat you by a couple of seconds last season or something. Was that? I can't remember.
Yeah,
it was very close, and then 10 seconds this time.
Too.
So yeah, it's always fun, and like I don't know about you, Chex, but I'm having a blast playing this game right now. It's just so much fun to play. So I'm just hope we're inspiring people to come and try it out. So
I think the other Chex race that I remember is, didn't you get jingle glitched in GT or something one time against Tam last season? Was that you?
I got
you got jingle glitched, right?
I got jingle glitched for the first time last year. And it happened. What happened?
Did you both get jingle glitched or something? Something crazy happened to both of you and you had like huge time losses in GT, or was it just you that got jingle glitched?
I think it was Chex, but
I was already behind probably because
Chex was maybe ahead and then became behind or something.
I could be.
I don't remember. Jeez, how do I not remember this? We'll
I
find out.
swear you were ahead and then you got jingle glitched or something, but maybe I'm being Mandela affected. I don't know. But yeah, definitely like pretty crazy races all around. Any last words from either of you about like, I don't know, the races? Anything that comes to mind?
I don't typically win a race in these leagues, especially in this division. So happy to pick up a win here. My run wasn't my best run, but my mire was good, plus 0.1 over gold. But yeah, otherwise I feel pretty good about it. So thanks for the race, Bydey, and thanks Meowski and Malmo and ZSR.
Yeah, I appreciate it. And yeah, thanks ZSR for putting the stream on. And if anyone's interested in a Ganon tutorial, I'm going to be doing one 12:30 Eastern tomorrow. If anyone wants to come along and check it out, it's going to be like a beginner, intermediate sort of how to kill Ganon Silverless, if anyone's interested.
Yeah, this guy taught me Ganon, and now I'm like one of the best Ganon fighters ever of all time. So I'd listen to this guy about it. Yeah, also, huge shout out to ZSR for restreaming this. They do like good work. Definitely way higher quality than the jank streams that I do. Huge shout out to Baseball for being my goat and being the woman behind the curtain, running all this stuff. Yeah, that should wrap us up, I think.
Hi, I'm here. Thanks everyone for watching. This was a really, really fun race to watch. I really enjoyed it. Wonderful commentary. Thanks Malmo. Thanks Meowski. And just a really fun race. Chex and Bydey. So thanks everyone. Yeah, we got a lot of leagues still to come. Tomorrow at 3 Eastern, we have 2 races at the same time. Narwhal versus Akuhaish and Retromel versus Rob J. Beasley. Channel still TBD on those, but keep an eye on the ZSR schedule and also the league Discord as well. Yeah, thanks everyone. I'm gonna send us over to Gamachu, who's playing some cross keys. Very fun. And yeah, we'll see you tomorrow for more League. Make sure you follow everybody. Their links are in chat. Yeah. See you later.
See ya.